So for question 1, we are looking to solve some quadratic equations. So to solve the first one, 2x squared minus 13x plus 18, we can multiply 2 by 18, and that will give us 36. And we are looking for two numbers that will multiply to give us 36 and add to give us 13. And those two numbers are going to be 4 and 9, so minus 4 and minus 9. So we split up the 13 in the middle, we factor out the 2x, we combine those brackets together, and we will get that x is equal to 9 over 2 and x is equal to 2. Okay, important to make sure that you can do these types of questions. The next one we're going to do the same. 6 by 26 gives us 156. And looking at that, again, we need two numbers that will multiply to give us 156 and add to give us 25, and those two numbers are 12 and 13. Same thing again, we factor out the 6. We combine those two brackets, and we get that x is equal to 13 over 6 and x is equal to 2. Okay, and again, for both questions there, we can highlight our answers just to make it really clear to an examiner what our answers are. So highlight or box or do both, whichever. Just making it really clear. So for the next one, we are told 4x squared plus 9x minus 5 is equal to 0, giving your answer to 3 decimal places. Seeing that question of giving your answer to 3 decimal places should hopefully be an indicator to us that we are going to have to use our minus b, our quadratic formula. So looking at that, we can just look at our log tables to find that formula. So make sure that you know where you have to look for that formula. It's important to be familiar as well with what formulas are in the log tables and what ones are not. So before we start that, underneath my question, I'm going to write out my ax squared plus bx plus c, just to let me see what the value is for each letter. So for b, we have 9. So 9 squared minus 4 by 4 is a, and c is minus 5. All over 2 by 4. Okay, in the next line, I will have minus 9 plus or minus 9 squared is 81, minus 4 by 5 is going to give us 80. So plus 80 all over 8. We then will have minus 9 plus or minus the square root of 80 plus 81 is 161. And all over, again, all over 8. And from this point, we can type our answer into our calculator, and we can take the two values. So we take the plus value, we take the minus value, and we work out those two answers. So we will get that x is equal to 0.461 and x is equal to, if we take the minus alternative, we will get that x is equal to minus 2.711. And those should be your two answers. And again, we can highlight, we can box, we can make our answers really clear. The next question again mentions surd form, and again that should be a reminder to us of our minus b formula. So same thing again, but this time when we get as far as our answers, we're going to leave them in square root form. So we have 12 squared minus 4 by 3 by 1 all over 2 by 3 minus 12 plus or minus 144. 4 by 3 by 1 is going to be 12. So we'll have minus 12 all over 6. We have minus 12 plus or minus the square root of 144. Take away 12, which is 132, all over 6. We have minus 12 plus or minus, we can look at what the square root of 132 is to see does that break down any more for us. Or at this point, you would be free to put that into your calculator. And then our two answers are going to be, and we can type them into our calculator to make sure that they do not break down any more that we might have missed. So our first answer is minus 6 plus the square root of 33 all over 3. And we also have x is equal to minus 6 minus the square root of 33 And you could leave that as minus 6 plus or minus the square root of 33 over 3. That would be grand as well. And again, just highlighting our answers to make it really clear to an examiner that these are our two answers for ease of marking. And that is the first question.